Hey Grognards, today I want to talk to you about storage. Let me flip that. Storage. So I recently started organizing / reorganizing my order of battles. And I did a lot of research and a little bit of testing on what storage solution I should use. I checked into Racco, I think you pronounce it. Couldn't really find anywhere in the US that was easy to get shipped, right? At least I couldn't find anything. I also found it fairly expensive, and the configuration was a little overwhelming. You can buy all kinds of different shape compartments to put in it. I also tried some cheap things off of Amazon. I'd buy one here, one there, and try them. They were inexpensive, but I found that there was no way to configure the actual storage slots for size or shape or whatever. So I found them to be not very versatile. They were cheap though. So what I did is I checked out Hozan, and lots of people speak highly of these. They are spendy, but I did a little bit of cost analysis on a per compartment storage price, and it's actually only a little bit more than, say, a standard cheapo one that you could buy for $8 to $10 on Amazon that has 36 storage slots or whatever. But what I found is, for most of the components in an order of battle, you don't need a huge slot, right? If you're only storing 6 vehicles, you don't need them in one giant slot that can hold 20 or 30 of them. So what I found for being compact and a per slot price point, in other words, does it cost 25 cents per slot or 15 cents per slot, whatever the calculation worked out to be. I did it quite a while ago. These are only a little bit more than a cheapo version. I'll show you why. So here I have one in a box that I haven't used yet. To show you what it looks like right out of the box. So very well packed. It comes with dividers. There are 60 dividers. If you want to divide it up more, because there's 144 compartments in each box, and this only comes with 60 dividers, so you'd have to order more dividers. They have a kit now that you can, I think it's called the Max version, where it ships with enough dividers to completely fill each box. But even then, you don't have to fill for an order of battle, you don't have to fill every slot divider, just most of them. So let's take a look inside. So basically, you've got 4 trays. There's an upper level and a lower level. There's 72 possible compartments on each level for a total of 144. I think these cost like $50 for one. And I have some here that I'm going to show that are filled with complete orders of battle. But they're so compact, and you can fit one huge order of battle into a box that's basically the size of a starter kit. Right? Everything. All infantry, support weapons, vehicles, ordnance, everything. So let me show you one that has the complete American order of battle. Boom, there it is. So what I did is, for organizing, maybe I'll get to that in a minute. I'll just set that aside. So here you've got, for this particular configuration, let me show you the label here. You can see that. So the top is infantry and support weapons. The bottom is vehicle and ordnance. And that's the way most of my boxes are filled out. Maybe a little bit of variation. But for the American order of battle, I've got all the infantry primarily on this side. Americans have a lot of infantry because they've got basically airborne, Marines, regular army, all the half squads, that sort of thing. So as far as infantry goes, the Americans are one of the more expansive order of battles. And then you've got all the support weapons through here. And then you've got also concealment counters, which I include in each order of battle. So the top is all infantry. And then the bottom is basically all the vehicle and ordnance. Now you can see like this one only has two vehicles in it. Now if you bought a cheap storage solution, which might come with compartments that are about this size, and you put 2 AFVs in there, you're just wasting space. So on a per slot price normalization, you're not really getting your money's worth by buying 4 of these cheap ones to hold the same amount that one of these holds. You're spending close to about the same price, but you can fit so much more into this in a compact state than you can with some of the cheaper versions. So what I did with organizing the vehicles and ordnance is I scanned in the tables from chapter H, and I basically organized them by the vehicle nodes. So, and then by compartment. So I've got compartments 1 through 72, because each layer holds 72 if you fill it in with all the dividers. So I have slots numbered 1 through 72, and wherever you see a red bracket, that means those slots are doubled up with those vehicles or with those ordnance. So this slot 66 has 4 guns in it, basically 4 artillery pieces in it, because there's only 2 in each one, so there's 8 pieces of artillery in that one slot. So you can see you're saving a lot of space. You can double up some things. You can get a whole order of battle, vehicle, ordnance, infantry, support weapons, leaders, heroes, concealment counters into one box. And I haven't found a situation where I haven't been able to fit one order of battle in an entire Hozan box. So I started converting to these and putting my counters into them this winter. I'm almost done, and I love these things. Some say they don't travel very well. Maybe if you're flying across country, they're not going to travel well. But if you're driving to a friend's place or you're driving to a tournament, they should do just fine. But around your house, they're great because I can fit the entire ASL order of battle into a stack that's maybe, you can't see it because I'm going out of the table here, but maybe that tall, right? It's maybe 8 tall, so maybe about that tall. Every ASL, single man counter, multi-man counter, vehicle, ordnance, informational counter, everything. Very compact, very efficient, a little bit more than buying the cheap ones where you would have a stack that is beyond the range of this camera. So let me show you this other order battle. So some of the order battles are much smaller. In this case, I've got the Japanese and Chinese in the same box. Top layer is Japanese, bottom layer is Chinese. Same organizational method for vehicles and ordnance. I haven't labeled these yet, but basically, if I'm looking for a certain AFV and it's in slot 13, I'll just go to 13 and boom, that's where it'll be. But you can see the Japanese, their order battle is significantly smaller than the American order battle as far as infantry, ordnance, and or vehicles and ordnance goes. It fits fine in one layer, and same with the Chinese, it all fits in one layer. The other one that you can do that with, there are actually 3 that I found. Allied Minor, Italian, and I think the Finns will all fit in 1 layer. Axis Minor won't, because they have lots and lots of AFVs and ordnance that you have to account for. So that Axis Minor went in 1 complete box. So, one other thing, as far as storage capability goes, each of these, what I call a double compartment, which I'm pretty much only using, there's only a few in each box, primarily using for half-inch counters. They can comfortably hold about 40 max counters. You know, once you get them settled in and then, you know, embedded down, you can hold about 40. These half storage units here can hold around 15. You could probably squeeze 20 half-inch counters into here. I typically use those for support weapons and half squads and that kind of thing. You could squeeze 20 in here, but I usually try to stick to 15. I mean, if you're using more than 40 in a scenario, 40 multi-man counters or full squad counters and 15 to 20 half squad counters, you're doing a huge scenario anyway, something like a campaign game. And you probably have to dig into your bag of extras, which I have bags of extras that I can dig into. I don't think I'll ever need to. I think this holds plenty that I would never have to go into my backups. And then for the 5/8 inch counters, vehicles and ordnance, you can fit about, I try to keep it at about 12. This one probably has like 8 in it, 8 or 10. Once you get beyond 12, it gets a little tricky to get them in there, get them in and out. But if you've got a couple, you can just grab them, especially once they're trimmed. Once the counter is trimmed, I don't know if you can see that. The corners are knocked off and it's smooth. They're easy to slide in and out of these. Really easy. If they still have the corners on it, they can catch. So accessibility is really nice. They're very compact and very efficient. And I love them. I know they're not for everybody, but they work very well for me. So if you're looking for a storage solution and you don't mind paying a little extra, maybe doing a little cost analysis to know if it works for you, I consider picking up some Hozan. I will put the distributor link in the comments below. The people I ordered from are actually very close to where I live. And they shipped them to me very quickly and very cheap. Shipping was cheap. I think they charged me $10 for shipping, and it came in I ended up ordering like 10 of these, and it came in a pretty big box. They only charged me $10 shipping, and I think they charge the same no matter where they ship in the U.S. So we have really good shipping costs, and they're a local distributor in the U.S. So they're pretty easy to get, and they actually have a war game build, because I know some ASL and wargamers use these for storage. So they have one that's specifically built where they ship with extra dividers, so you can have the opportunity to maximize your dividers if you need to. So hopefully you found this useful. I'm just finishing getting my orders of battle into these, and I love them. So till I see you next time, roll out.